it going? I'm back here in the valley today. Want to make a video for you guys. Actually, I was to make the video about the beaver, the second part, how to use it and stuff. But I need to make a fire. And today we have 60 an hour winds. And there is no way that I make a fire when it's that windy, because I don't want to set the prairie on fire. So I need to come up with another solution, and that is today we look for edible and medicinal plants, and let's see how many we find and what we find and where those plants hang out. So if you're interested in that, then follow me today. I'm leading the way. And right away we found one, the prairie rose. It's coming up right now, and in a few weeks there will be nice rose hips on it, and they're really good for vitamin C intake and general good for making teas for any kind of cold symptoms. So that's a really helpful little plant right there. So let's carry on. I didn't even need to go far. Let's put the camera down, wait for the wind gust to pass, and then we talk about this little guy. Okay, I hope you can hear me here. So, this one here is a so-called hoar pocken. Okay, and this little plant has some unique properties as well. So this one is good to cure anxiety, to make a tea from it or from the root. You can also all sorts of when you need to calm your mind down, you can use this plant. You can even just smell on it and kind of inhale the fumes. Yeah, you can chew on the leaves, right? On those little leaves here, and it will calm your mind down. It will calm your body down. It will, yeah, it will actually kind of relax you, right? And you can also use it as a topical when you make a tea from it, and the cold tea you can rub on your head externally when you have a high fever. That it helps real good with fever. And yeah, that is this little plant here, the hoar pocken. And this one likes to grow in the open grasslands. And it's quite common, and you will find it all over the place here in Canada, in the prairies, and probably also down in the States. So here we have the next one, or actually two. So this one here is a wolf willow, and that wolf willow is a really good plant. If you have headaches and stuff, you can chew on the leaves. So that's that thing here. Grows in the prairies, has a silver look to it when you see it more mature in the summer. And right here, this one, next to it, this is western snowberry. And as you can see, like right here, there's the old berries on it. So they come out like around August and stuff. Then you see little berries appearing on the western snowberry, and they are white in the beginning. And as we know, white berries are usually poisonous. So it is with the western snowberry. But the western snowberry has a unique property, because those berries are not that poisonous that you fall dead right away. If you have stuffed sinuses in the fall or early beginning of the winter, you can still find the berries, but then they are like kind of like bluish. They turn like blueberries. And here's one. Yeah, you can take about, as a grown-up person, you can take 5 berries about, and you swallow them whole. And if you do that, you will get a, yeah, in 20 minutes you will get like a free sinus, right? Like totally free. You can breathe easy again and everything is fine. So, yeah, this is a western snowberry. And the other thing is, if you chew the berries, then you have some sort of a freezing effect on your mouth. So you won't feel anything. And that's why natives back in the days used it when they had a toothache. You would chew on one berry and your mouth is numb for 2 hours. So for all you people which go out in the prairies, you need to know this berry in case you get a toothache. So, and since we are here, I just seen another one right there. Right there. You can see it, guys. See that little thing? That is a piece of the yarrow plant. This is just one leaf. I will leave it there. The yarrow is quite rare here in my valley, so I don't want to pick it too much. And the yarrow is a good plant. First of all, you can eat it, and second, it is a really good plant for any kind of bleeding issues. When you bleed, you can squish those leaves or the flower head when it has a flower head, and you put it right, like if you have a cut or so in your hand, you can put it right there and smear it in the wound, and it will stop the bleeding. In Germany we called it Soldatenkraut, that means soldier herb, because they used it quite a bit on their wounds in the field when they didn't have a medic. So that was the yarrow. Okay, let's see what else we find. Okay guys, here we have another marvel of the plant kingdom. This is the so-called golden bean, right? The golden bean is, I think, from the pea family. So, but that doesn't mean that you can eat the beans, which will be on it by the end of the summer. No, you better don't do that because they are poisonous. But this plant has medicinal properties, and also it has been quite extensively used by the Plain Indians to dye yellow or make yellow dye with the leaves. So what is a reason that's a medicinal plant? So you know, there could be, you walk about and you don't know much about plants, and you eat something poisonous, like a mushroom, or, you know, and you get really bad stomach cramps from this mushroom, and you want to get this mushroom out of your system, right? So, but you don't know how. And the thing is, if you eat this plant, or you make a tea and drink that tea from this plant, you will expel everything you ate. And in other words, you puke like a cowboy who was drinking 6 hours in a saloon. So yeah, this will help you expel bad things you might eat because you didn't know what to eat in the first place. That is a golden bean, or also buffalo bean. So here we have this little guy here. You see that one right here? So this one is a pale commandra. So the pale commandra is, I will pluck this one off just to show you a little closer that you can identify it better. You see that? Okay. So the pale commandra is a really good plant for to treat headaches by eating it, right? There we go, now we have it focused. And also what you can do with the pale commandra is if you get a canker sore, right? You can use that, you know, in your mouth, you know, those sores, those canker sores or whatever they're called, I think. And you can also get this on your foot, like those corns, right? No, that's something totally different. But the canker sores in the mouth, you can actually treat with that by eating it. So it heals your gums and your mouth, and it's good for headaches, and it tastes nice and sweet, so it's edible also. And then the other thing is, if you take the whole plant, including the roots, and you chop it up and you make a tea and you let it cool and you put your foot in it and you have one of those corns, then it will help tremendously in getting rid of that. So yeah, that is the pale commandra. So if I put this aside now, you can see that those three here, right, the hoar pumpkin, the buffalo bean, and the pale commandra, they like to grow in the same habitat. That is also good to know, right? Yeah, I really need to watch where I walk today, that you guys can understand me, because it's so freaking windy. I'm so sorry, but there's no microphone or anything which can cancel out this wind. So what I will do is I will try to find some stuff more here in this forested area, and let's see if I don't find anything no more, because there's more down there on the water side of the valley, down at the river. There's lots of healing plants growing there, and also up on top on the hills. But then you won't understand me, and I might cover that in another video. So, but we have also here the little aspen tree, the little trembling aspen. So, right, I covered that in one video already. It has many uses. You can eat the bark, you can take the white powder off here, you can bake bread with that, you can use it as a sunscreen, you can, yeah, it's like also for headaches, you know, you can chew the bark or the leaves or whatever, you know. But that is in a past video. I covered that already, and yeah, so let's see what else we find. So, right there we have the next one. What do you think it is? Well guys, this is a little gooseberry. No berries on it yet though, way too early. Wow! Guys, what is that? Huh. Well, I will look that up for you guys, what that is. Sometimes I learn something new as well. I don't know this one. It looks really interesting with those fuzzy stems. That is interesting. Okay, we don't need to talk this one here, do we? The dandelion? Oh, come on guys. Huh? Everybody knows that one. One of the most nutritious plants on earth. You can eat the whole plant. You can make kind of a coffee from the root. You can, you know, eat it in salads. You can pickle the tops. You can eat them like that. So there's no really anything to it other than go and eat it. Here I found some red oyster dogwood. So the red oyster dogwood is, I explained it already in another video. Natives used to make arrow shafts out of those, and obviously the bigger ones. And yeah, so the red oyster dogwood also gets a white berry in the fall. And that berry is not that good to eat. It's considered poisonous. It won't kill you right away, but it gives you bad cramps and stuff. But on the inside there's a little pit. It's like a nutty pit, and you can eat that. How sustainable that is, I can't say really. Yeah, but another thing about this plant is the natives in the east, they said when the leaves are the size than squirrel ears, then there's a perfect time to plant corn. So we're a little past that, but it's not a problem because I planted my corn already accordingly. And guys, of course, in the shaded woods you find the raspberries. Oh, I can't wait until those are done and I can go pick those again. And there we have another rose bush for rose hips. What kind of rose it is I can't say yet, but we will see. And friends, here we have the buffalo sage. So the natives use that plant extensively for smudging and for cleansing bad spirits out of their teepees. It's in general a nice plant to eliminate smells because it's really aromatic, and also it helps as a remedy, like most of the sages. When you have sore throat, things like that, you can make a tea out of it and gargle with it. I think that buffalo sage is not safe for like drinking. I'm not quite sure on that one. But it is okay if you wash your mouth with it. Here, real quick, this is one kind of the goldenrods. I went down to the river and there's just a calm moment. And this is a goldenrod variant. It's still in the growing process, and later on it's a really good plant for food and for like you can eat it like the whole thing, and you can also make medicinal teas out of it for respiratory things and colds and things like that. And right over there, there's a little butterfly. Let's see, the first butterfly I've seen in the season. Ah, he left. And here you can see goldenrod again growing. And I don't know exactly what variant it is. I can distinguish them by the flower head, but not by the leaves yet. You know, there's only so much you can know and put into this brain. Okay guys, down here at the river in the sand we find things like this, the lamb squatter. The lamb squatter is a nice plant to eat. It tastes really good. It becomes quite big and quite like nutritious as well. It's a really good plant, and yeah, you can eat it. Also you can find in sandy spots close to rivers, you can find those thistles, and thistles are really good. They're really healthy. You can eat all thistles. So, but now you say like when you eat a thistle then you sting your face, whatnot, right? Yeah, that's true, but you can also take the thistle and you can, for example, mush it in small pieces, right? Cook it, becomes soft, and then you make a poultice out of it, and then you can eat it like that. Or if you're not in a survival situation and you want to just use it as a good health measure, you can just take it and put it in a blender. That's how I do it. Okay guys, here we have one of the most important plants when we talk about survival in the prairies, not only in the prairies, but this is a sort of a wormwood. It's from the same Artemisia family. It's called here, I think, prairie sage. It has many names, or pasture sage, and this is really aromatic and it's really bitter when you eat it. The thing is, you can eat it raw, but just really tiny amounts, because first of all, it is the most bitter plant on earth. Second, it is poisonous. If you eat too much of it, you get a nerve poisoning. You destroy your nerves, and you won't recover from that. So why did I eat it? Because I know a small amount doesn't hurt me. It's medicinal. Animals don't eat it. No animal really eats it. Okay, now you say you ate it, but the thing is, in small amounts you can do it and it won't harm you. It's beneficial, it's medicinal for you. It is just if you eat too much. So what too much is, that depends on you. So, but what you can do with this plant is, you can harvest it, you hang it upside down and you let it dry. And as it is drying for a minimum of 6 weeks, you destroy all the nerve poisons in that, I don't know the exact names in English and all this crap, so I say nerve poisons or poisons. You destroy them by drying, and then it has just medicinal properties. And what it does, it gets rid of worms and parasites and bacteria and viruses in your body. It is called, in modern words, ivermectin, because ivermectin is made from this plant originally. And this plant has an awesome advantage you can use in survival a lot of people don't know about. So you could dig right on the side here a coyote well. If you don't know what that is, I made a video about that, and in the future I will make a new one because that one is in German and English. So you could dig a coyote well. If you're in a survival situation where you need to hang out for a couple days in a certain area and you want to secure yourself a water source, you make the coyote well in order to filter the water, right? And then you need to make sure that no animals come to your water source and drink out of it. Let's say a fox with rabies or a raccoon with all sorts of tapeworms and shit like this, right? If you take a little bit of this plant, fresh as it is, and you squish it and you throw it in the water, it won't harm you. The animals don't know that. They just smell that and they say like, wow, that's this fucking plant, I don't touch it, right? And therefore, no other animal will go on your water source and drink out of it. And that makes your water source safe, a little bitter, but on the plus sides, it kills right away like any sort of parasites in the water, and also when you drink it in your guts. So, okay, that was the prairie sage. Here we have another close-up of the Artemisia. Yeah, this thing is really good. It's also called wormwood in other parts of the world. So, really good plant to know. So, and you can't really like mix it up with something else, because when you bite into it, you know what it is. It is so bitter. And right next to it, we have another awesome healing plant and also food. That's a plantain plant. Most of the people know this. It grows even in your yard, usually. Yeah, the plantain has drawing properties in its chemical concoction there, what it's made of. So if you, for example, you have a wound with lots of pus, you make a poultice out of it and you put it on your wound and it will draw out the poultice. If you have an infection, it will draw out the infection and poison. If you have a bee sting, you put it on there. You chew on the leaf and then you put it on the bee sting, and it will help and reduce the swelling in no time. So then right next to it, there's another one. We have the burdock here, the great burdock, a really good survival plant. You can eat the leaves, you can eat the stems as it is. You don't need to cook it, but when you cook it, it tastes better usually. And underneath, there could be a really, really big root. It doesn't matter like if the leaves are big or not, right? It grows into a tremendous size plant. The leaves can get the size, like I would say, probably like almost 1.5, 2 feet long. And underneath, sometimes there's a root which has like a 2-inch diameter and is like 2-3 feet long, right? We will see what this is. I suspect this is a first-year plant. It's growing usually in the first year without the flowering stem, and then the second year it grows with a flowering stem. But we will see what it is, because I will dig it out now and show you how the root looks like. And for that, we're going to use one of the digging sticks the beaver prepared for us. This one, maybe. Oh, this is a young one, a first year one, and it's just growing since a few days. So the root is really small, but long already. Okay, this is what we got. It's not a big one, but like I said, it is just growing. But the ones with the big roots, in the beginning of the year, they just look the same. There's no difference. So you can't tell by the size of the plant how big the root is. But it is worth to dig for it, because this one here, we can directly eat as it is. You just need to drag the sand away a little bit, clean it up, and then you can eat it. Just like that. And it tastes awesome, guys. It's super healthy for your guts. It has liver cleansing properties. It has blood cleansing properties. It is good for your gallbladder. And it's quite tasty. It tastes really like a carrot. And those leaves are edible too. You know, a really good thing is that those little beavers, they're quite like Jesus, because they can make wonders happen. And here is one. It's nature's natural bridge to cross a river. Right here. Let's get at it. And bang, we are on the other side. I know this stretch here very well, because here's gooseberries growing everywhere. So I will be back. Hey guys, here we are on the end of our little incursion into the woods. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and you can in the future identify a bunch more plants. And if that is the case, that you liked it, then please leave me a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe to my channel. And I will go in another few weeks when there's other plants out. I will go again and show you more plants. So far I will hopefully do the beaver video part 2. If you haven't seen the video of part 1 with the beaver, then please go back, watch that one first until you maybe wait for the second one. And yeah, other than that, I wish you all the best. And of course, how could it be otherwise? I'm in the woods, and who comes to visit me? Chicken. All the time. Sometimes it wrecks my nerves, but I love this little bugger. You want to see it? There you go. That's chicken. Right? My little grousey friend. Are you here to wreck my nerves again? What? What? Don't do anything stupid.